Right. Deep breath. Watch it. Stick a hot flick. When you flick them, you're doing perfect. Boom, boom, right? When you switch left like that, step to side. Boom. Hit them. Don't let them give you that boom. Okay? That's right.
Well, look now at one of the jabs that Micky Ward used in the first round that we didn't think he was using so well after that, Dick. Well, that was from Mike Peoples.
Peoples got him with one in there, and as you see, did nothing that Ward was doing to hold that off, and he left himself vulnerable.
So Mike Peoples shows us, hey, I've got a good jab also. He used it in that last round. We're into round 3. His schedule for 4. Mike Peoples with the unimposing 4-10-3 record. Ward is 3-0, but Mike Peoples more than acquitting himself well in this fight. And you can see that Peoples has had many more fights, more experience by the fact that he has averaged 6 rounds a fight, and Micky Ward has never even been 6. The longest he's ever been is 4.
It also brings up something interesting for him. Can he crank it up in 4 rounds? So people get started a little bit too late when they come down in rounds. But you can see the confidence people brought into the round. Now he's getting mugged just a little bit along the rope.
I wonder, though, if this isn't what Mike Peoples wants. He's got Micky Ward in there wailing away with him, and there he lands the counter right, Mike Peoples. He'd rather have it this way than have Ward boxing him from the outside. And, hey, look who turned lefty now, Micky Ward.
I guess he didn't like that style inside.
Now, what some might have thought would be a classic mismatch, a fighter 3-0 against a fighter 4-10-3, that has so far has been anything but. Halfway through this 3rd round, big right by Peoples. Well, there is just what we were talking about. If you trade like that, you can get nailed, and Ward got nailed.
He's not using the stick now. There's the good left hook to the body downstairs.
Wild right misses by Micky Ward. Here in the 3rd round. Here in the 3rd round, Mike Peoples has made this fight quite interesting.
When you talk about the jab, too, when you try to hook off the jab, it's a shorter punch, and therefore it's crisper and has a good chance to be landed.
Warning by Steve Smoger again to Mike Peoples for hitting on the break. He had warned him in the last round about that. There's Peoples with his jab. I think Mike Peoples has a very stiff jab, Dave. And in his case, he might use it more often.
Short, stiff jab.
So as a southpaw now, Ward effective, landing a good straight left hand with a half a minute left to go in the 3rd. There's the left hook to the body by Ward that we saw in the 1st round, not so much in the 2nd or this 3rd. Ward holding a lot on the inside.
Come on, baby, come on. Go be guys. And I have my people in the hook.
So in round 3, Mike Peoples with one big right hand may have gotten himself back in this. And an interesting and unfortunate development for Mike Peoples. Referee Steve Smoger took the round away, the 3rd round away from Mike Peoples for hitting on the break. That really damages Mike Peoples' chances in this fight. That may have been his best round of the fight.
Really will hurt him, especially in a 4-rounder. I've got a 2-1 for Ward going into this, and Peoples with a chance to steal a draw.
Now, what about that taken away, though? Now, does that take into account the fact that the 3rd round was taken away? Because we marked that before we knew that.
I had marked the rounds on an overall situation for Ward.
Oh, okay, so that did affect the score.
But if it were to end up 2-2, that could become a points deduction and cost them the fight based on that.
So, an important decision by referee Steve Smoger. You think it was a valid one?
It's unfortunate that it happens to guys with 4-10-3 records, it seems.
Well, good left hand by Micky Ward. In defense of referee Steve Smoger, he did warn people to fight for it, and there were a couple of instances of it. So, again, it's a referee's judgment call. It didn't come out of nowhere, that's for sure.
No, that's the purpose of the warning, too, to establish it early.
However, you can make the case that Ward is doing a lot of holding on the inside, and that could lead to that hitting on the break.
It's a tough judgment call because you're talking about hungry fighters who may have not learned everything that they should yet, and they can try, but they can't help it. So they'll learn from that.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to learn. Here in the fourth round, they are exchanging at close quarters. You heard them tell Mike Peoples, come with the hammer. They mean that as the overhand right that he was able to land against Ward.
My break. Come here, I'm here.
A very active fight for Steve Smoger here. He's had a lot of work to do. A minute left to go in the fourth and final round. Micky Ward in the white trunks, Mike Peoples in the blue, and it's been an interesting battle.
It kind of tells you something how you really have to ignore records when you make a match. This has been a good, competitive fight.
Your hands are light. Your hands are light.
Half a minute left to go in the fourth and final round of this fight. Good right to the body by Peoples. Mike Peoples on the left. He has never quit in this fight. Ward now standing to the left and having success. But Mike Peoples, he got that hammer in the overhand right, and he turns to the southpaw stance. They're both fighting aggressive now.
You can just forget style.
So that'll do it for the fourth and final round. It was a good one. We'll see what the judges have to say. Could be close. So is it Micky Ward or Mike Peoples, the winner in this welterweight battle? Let's go up to Michael Bluffer and find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official scoring. Judge Frank Brunette and Milo Savage both score the bout 3 rounds to 1. Ray Hoagland has it 4 rounds to 0 for the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated, Micky Ward.
So Micky Ward wins the unanimous decision over Mike Peoples. And he stays undefeated at 4-0. Well, upcoming, our main event, John Meekins against Juan Ramon Santana. John Meekins, a fighter you've seen many times here on ESPN, a youngster with some people think unlimited abilities. Let's take a closer look now at John Meekins. John Meekins.